everybody. Here we are with Steve Cederquist. He was on 4 seasons of Flip Flop. And now he has The Reason coming out. Or no, The Reason is out, but you're nominated. The movie is nominated.
Yes.
Yeah, so tell us about The Reason and your part in it.
Well, Reason, I played a chef. I played a chef who had another opportunity. And then, here's the whole story of the movie. You remember Pulp Fiction?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So there was stories within stories, right? If you watch the movie, you know. So so that's the way Reason was. Reason was, and it kind of come back to the premise of like, it was stories and stories like, do things happen by chance? Or do they happen for a reason? My purpose. I have a good mindset, and when, basically, Mel Robbins, I do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kind of like, and I don't let things bother me. And if it's a bad, one thing I'll give advice to people, like if you're having a bad, people go, I had a bad day. And you got to look at them and say, did you have a bad day or was it a bad 5 minutes? Think about it. I mean, it's not. Give it what it's worth and move on. So that's my attitude. I'm very positive. I try to keep a positive mental attitude about everything. And I'm just grateful to be here.
That's awesome. Well, it sounds to me like you just got Uncorked about what your message is to the world. It's about, right, but you've got more to get Uncorked about, so we're not done yet.
Oh,
now,
nice.
I know that you have a foundation. Tell us about your foundation that you're passionate about.
Well, I do. There's a few. There's a few. I love Me Foundation. The Kelly Osbourne Foundation is definitely for sexually, physically abused and sex trafficking. That's huge in my life. I'm very passionate about that. I want to make I just anybody who exploits women or children, they're just below. They're hiding under rocks as far as I'm concerned. So I'm involved in that, which I think is extreme passion for me. We Face Forward Foundation, Deborah Lassie's foundation. I'm involved in that too. I love what's happening right now in Hollywood. Actually, I love the whole thing with the sheets are kind of being pulled down.
Yes.
And women and empowering of women. So and one thing that I'm doing right now on our new show is I'm really focusing on bringing more women, more contractor women, things like that, because I want to empower women. Because I'm telling you, it's too long coming out, all this. You know what I mean? So I want to do what I can do in my share. And that's where I'm at with it all.
I love that, Steve. So I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure.
And a lot of people talk to me about the whole metoo things and what's been happening in Hollywood and all the reveals coming up. And since this is a cause that you and I both share, is around helping people to not be so traumatized and abused, why do you think that nobody's said anything all these years? We know why they're saying stuff now, but why do you think people have held, kept it under the covers all these years?
Well, I think that's a pretty easy question, actually. It's not difficult to answer. It was fear. They weren't empowered to say anything, and I think that it took one brave person to come out and to basically open the box, Pandora's box, and say, this is up. And I think women and other people too. And it wasn't, the women, but we're also talking about other things too. Look at my buddy Corey, Corey Feldman. He came out, because he was being sexually abused too. It wasn't just women.
Right.
It was a lot going on, and it was a lot of unwanted advances and the threats of, you won't have work again, or you won't, and so I love how it all came out. I think it's great. It's
I love your answer. And one of the things that I have been telling people who are not in the entertainment business is you also have to understand that as actors,
mm-hmm.
now I know you come from construction, but I come from the acting world,
mm-hmm.
and we are basically pit, especially women, we are pit against each other. You're prettier, your boobs aren't big enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not this, and it really plays on your self-esteem. And when you're already feeling like your self-esteem is down and when you're feeling vulnerable, it's a lot easier to be in those situations, and then you're so afraid to speak up because, like you said, what happens if I never get another opportunity and my career is over, this thing that I love?
Yeah, but I think, with the openings that we had now and the box open, you're more empowered, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I am.
Yes.
I mean, I feel good about things, and I think it's only going to get better from here. I see this incredible movement we see going on right now. I think it's great.
I do too.
Long overdue, right?
Yes. Yeah. So, Steve, is there anything else, any other projects or anything else that you were dying to get uncorked about and tell our viewers?
Well, I was going to tell you, you're an actress, right? And you do script and all that, right?
Yes.
So when I did Reason, it was my first script role because I'm reality TV.
Right.
I have a newfound appreciation for you guys. I had such a hard time learning my lines, guys.
Yeah, me too.
I'm giving all the props out there to all you actors and actresses and actors. And I mean, it was so hard. I was so not used to it. But, I'm just so grateful.